crowding me.
No, get your cheek. Nick, come here.
Okay, but don't crowd me.
Nick, get your cheek.
I get you. I understand that. Here we go.
Just go like a
okay, don't hit the... Yes, I get it.
We can see you guys.
Alright, so in this video we're going to cover crowds. Crowds, and more crowds. What is a crowd? How do you make a crowd? Is 3 a crowd? Is 2 a crowd? It all depends on your perspective, I guess. We have our reasons for saying crowd. Like, you know, you're crowding me, son. You're getting on my nerves. So let's last ways we can use this word. But what I'm trying to focus in on today is the football crowd. The crowd that really matters this time of year. And if you're in the playoffs in the NFL, having that home game, having that home cooking, having that home feeling, having the crowd be behind you when you do something right, and when something doesn't go right. Having all those people with you, with your team, is huge. And that's just a part of it. The other part is the crowd noise. Is crowd noise really that important? Well, it's so important, in fact, that back in 1989, the NFL decided to implement a crowd rule noise that really pissed off the fans. I mean, if you even think about trying to stifle a fan group for cheering for the team, that just sounds absurd, right? Well, they did it.
Chance to execute the play. I haven't seen this invoked by the quarterback in a long time, but he's got to tell the crowd to settle down.
Getting quiet so we can get a play.
This is a good job by Neil O'Donnell. Most quarterbacks have forgotten about this situation. He's using it. Take this crowd out of the game. Give your offense a chance.
Okay, yeah, it's going to work. What do you think the chance of this working is?
Well, Paul, if it doesn't, it will be a penalty. Once he warns them, it's going to be a penalty.
In '89, they invented a rule that basically said if the ref had to come out and stop the game because the opposing team couldn't hear their plays, couldn't get a playoff, you'd get a warning, right? They would warn you about your excessive crowd noise. If they had to do it again, you'd lose a timeout, and a timeout every time from then on out. And when you ran out of timeouts, they would go to delay a game penalties. They were serious about this crowd noise thing. They tried it in the preseason when the rule was established. The crowds hated it. Football really suffered because of it. So they kind of didn't use it because ultimately fans don't give a damn. We're going to cheer anyway because we're freaking loyal, man. That's just what you're going to get with the fans. Now, thankfully the rule was abolished in 2007, but it took that long. It took 20 damn years almost for that rule to be thrown out. Now, they're really looking for another way to combat the crowd noise. They did start using helmets with speakers in them, and the helmet speakers were installed in '94. Which, even though the crowd noise can stifle a speaker in a helmet for the most part, I guess if they hold their hands over their ears real good and push the speakers against their ears, they can hear a little better. And that's where the line was basically drawn, and it's been there ever since. I mean, the rule was still in place until 2007, like I said, but because of the helmets, it really didn't get used that much. But in '07, it was just gotten rid of, so nobody could pull it out of their ass at any point in the game. Because let's face it, guys, the crowd is important. We pay the ticket prices. We watch the games. We're the ones who make these guys money. If we're going to the game, we should be able to cheer for our team, or we should be able to be mad when they don't do well as well. Now, who are the best fans anyway? Well, we're going to discuss why our Detroit Lions fans are actually the best fans in the NFL, and we're going to show the history of Detroit fandom right here. So we're going to take a little trip down memory lane. The first trip we're taking here down this lane is going to get us away from football, right? We're fans. We're Detroit fans. And when the Pistons were good, we were super fans for the Pistons. You remember those days? Mr. Big Shot, Rip Hamilton, Big Ben, Rasheed, and them boys. Hey, Sean! Remember block on Reggie Miller? Anyway, our fans were down. Now, in this Pistons game, it was getting heated. The Pistons were down. Rasheed Wallace was talking smack. Everybody was talking smack. Big Ben didn't like what Ron Artest had to say.
trouble here in the Motor City. Rashid is still over on the Indiana side of the timeline.
There goes Ben Wallace again.
There goes Artest up into the crowd. He's absolutely out of his mind. And Steven Jackson slugging people in the crowd here.
She's trying to be a peacekeeper in the whole thing up in the stands right now.
Rick Mahorn jumped up to try and keep people apart.
They're showering with beer now.
Have you ever, Bill?
Well, I've been in a bunch of
29 years. I've never seen anything like that. I've seen a couple of guys in the stands for a fight, and now they're still going at it down on the other end.
Ooh, the memories run deep. Run deep in the fandom. We all remember this night. That was the craziest night probably in NBA sports history when it came to the fans and dealing with the fans and how you aren't supposed to act really as a fan or a player, right? But that just goes to show you how deep we go. What it really means to us when our sports teams get crazy. Listen, man, we're hockey town. We love our Pistons. We're always involved around here in Detroit. We always have been. The Lions have always been not really a disappointment always, but never really lived up to the Super Bowl goodness, you know? That first year. Anyway, a lot of fines came out of this fight. I don't remember exactly what rule changes were in place or, exactly what they did about it specifically, but I do remember it was a big deal for a minute in the NBA. And it just shows you how competitive things can get. It shows you what the game means to the crowd, what the game means to the players. If you go to the 0-16 Lions fans, we still showed up even though we were winless. We wore bags on our heads, but we still came here, baby. That's we're loyal. And we're going to get loud. We're going to get so damn loud, that 80 decibels will be drowned out by the other 100 whatever decibels are in there. You know you're allowed 80 decibels. And now we're going to a Lions game with these rowdy fans, these baghead fans, these fight you in the stands fans, these talking to Matt LaFleur, getting him pissed off and flustered fans, right? You're going to have to come into our house now. Wow, we're trying to work our way towards a Super Bowl. So I'm telling you right now, you can pump up as many sound system stuff into that place you want down there, Jaden Daniels. You can do all the shit you want, but you're going to have to still come here and play for 60 minutes. I know you're good. I know you're a rookie that ain't like a rookie or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, we have the best fan base, the loudest fan base, the rowdiest fan base, the most disciplined fan base. We talk about it all the time, right? Quiet for Goff, loud for the defense. Quiet for Goff, loud for the defense. No chanting Goff unless he's on the bench. You can chant at Goff while he's sitting there on the bench, but don't be too loud. He's trying to figure out his next set of plays. Instead, yell at the defense. Yell at the other team's offense. Think of it like that. So I think we all know our parts here. We all know as a crowd, as a fan base, what we are here in Detroit. So let's get out there. One pride. Go Lions. Let's make it so Jay Daniels can't hear his own thought, let alone what his coach is telling him. And before I go, I'm going to throw out a couple good reads here just to get you a good feel for fandom. These go back to the 70s, college games, and it kind of gives you a feel for what the fans can do during a game. So go ahead and enjoy the read, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out here. And again, see you on the next one.
Go Lions, baby! Woo!